Hey guys, this is Tazdik over here, and I did reach Taipei today as of to speak, so I think I'm lucky that I didn't get lost in Bangkok. Anyway, jokes apart, I'm staying in Forward Hotel Taipei Nangang in an elite room right now. The hotel was quite far away from the airport, so as to speak, so given the options that I had of traveling either in a bus or taxi, I took neither of them, and I traveled in an open MRT, which would be the Taipei's version of Delhi Metro. So it was quite crazy. I had to change two routes, or two lines, which would be the Silver Line and the Blue Line, and it took me roughly 2 hours, and hey, it was crazy, man. I mean, half of the people don't even know English, and you can imagine the amount of hard work that I had to do so as to convey the message that I have to reach this particular place, right? And yeah, it's pretty good so far, and as you can see, my room here, it's pretty warm and cozy, right? I've got this whole bed for myself. I've got this cozy reading table with a good table lamp with some pretty amazing lights, right? And you have this wardrobe which would be having a lock which I see no reason to use for, a fridge where I would probably put some Coca-Cola, and yeah, that's it for that. Some hanger and stuff, nothing out of the usual. If you look at the toilet here, it's a typical modern day Taiwanese toilet. You would imagine that this would look more of a Japanese culture, but I was quite surprised by the huge amount of difference that these guys have over the Japs. So I cannot make any sense of this commode symbols. At least I can make sense of this, right? So as far as I can press this, like, it works for me, man. I would have a good bath tomorrow probably, or later in this night. Having a steam bath would be something I'm looking forward to. If you look right out of this window, I've got a pretty good view with some changing colors which are turned right now off in the building right next to me. So it would be one of the ID parks around here, which would be housing the majority of companies here in Taipei. It's quite a high-rising building, probably 30 floors or so. In the ground floor, you would be having some shopping complexes, which would be, I would say, pretty expensive, so as to speak, in my standards. And if you go straight this road, you would be seeing half of the banks here in Taipei are situated right across the street. And some of the things which I would be looking forward to is visiting the night markets around here, which are quite famous for the street food. The other things would be the zoo, which is very close to where I'm staying, maybe probably 10 miles or so. Relatively close, I mean, not close. And you have the temples and other places of attraction here, as in, so let's see what it turns out to be. I'm looking forward to my stay. And yeah, thanks for your time. Stay tuned.